Tesla is under fire for its new electric semi-trucks and the seat belts. And a family of a high school student that was killed on campus is suing the school district.
Deanna Kupfer has more with Rio and Caraway in this morning's Sidebar. Hey, guys.
Hi, good morning to all of you. All right, we've got Dan here. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So this is not really new that Tesla's in the news. Unfortunately, but the fact that their seatbelts are now coming under fire because they may not work. This is the whole point of having seatbelts in the car, is to make sure they work. What is going on?
Here we have a safety feature that's pretty much not new to anyone that's been, I don't know, born since the 80s.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Tesla has a new one that's getting investigated now with accusations that the seatbelts and their fasteners, their pretensioners, are basically becoming unconnected or disconnected from the frame, which is literally the whole point. You put pressure on a seatbelt, there's some sort of a need for it. It's supposed to lock in against you. It anchors itself to the frame.
Right.
Without that, it's not a safety device.
Correct.
So apparently there are a couple instances now that have been reported where people, luckily not in accidents, but in situations where force was applied, when the pretensioners went to go and tighten, it actually completely came loose from the frame.
Okay, so what can be done? I mean, what do you do if you're a Tesla owner?
So honestly, the best thing to do at this point, it would be to get in touch with Tesla.
Okay.
They are going through the process right now with an investigation with NHTSA to go ahead and see if there's something in the manufacturing process where it was done wrong, but Tesla is completely offering to go ahead and to fix this on any cars where they can find that it's a problem.
Okay. I mean, that is the one thing, right, that you would expect would work the way that it's supposed to, especially with so many electronics. It's like, well, the seatbelt, that seems like not something that's super hard, but I am not in this industry. Okay, continuing with the Tesla conversation, we're also talking about their big semi-trucks, electric semi-trucks, being recalled after just being rolled out.
Yeah, like the old book series, it's becoming a series of unfortunate events, it feels like, with Tesla. Now we're looking at their big rigs, which were just released in December of 22, already being recalled now. It's, at this point, there's just becoming one after another, unfortunately. There's, I think, 5 open investigations now with Tesla entirely.
Okay, so we actually just ran a story that PepsiCo was coming out with their big Teslas, big rigs, and they were all going to be moving through with the electronic front. And so I guess we'll have to see how many other companies this impacts, right?
Yeah, we don't know how many were released yet, but the parking brake essentially is not working right, is what it sounds like.
Okay.
So, of course, being such large vehicles, if you rely upon the parking brake and all of a sudden it cuts loose and they go rolling, it can be devastating.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, I swear we don't have a vendetta against Tesla. It's just that, these make for really important conversations when we're talking about our bottom line. So lastly, the family of a Stag High student in the Central Valley area, San Joaquin County, a 15-year-old girl, Lisa Renaga, passed away after an intruder was able to get onto campus. We've covered this story really extensively on the CBS side, but now the family is suing the school district, right? So talk to me about how this is all going to play out, you think?
Sure. So anytime you have a public entity like this involved, it's different because you have to go first through a claims process, an administrative process, and there has to be a legal right to sue them. The normal status is with any government entity, they are barred from being sued right off the bat. Initially, you cannot sue them unless there's a statutory right that allows you to.
Okay.
In the case of most government entities, it comes down to a couple usual ones. There could be that an employee was negligent in the duties of their job, that there was a mandatory duty that was overlooked, or that there was a dangerous condition of public property. Any of these could be a potential route. In the complaint, they review that certain safety protocols that were already in practice at the school were being negligently maintained or not maintained at all. This was a closed campus. It was a locked campus.
Right.
There were locked gates for every single entrance, and there was supposed to be at all times that the school was open, a security guard at the main gate to go ahead and monitor it. The gate was unlocked that day, and the security guard had quit with advance notice and was never replaced after months, so it was unmonitored. So unfortunately, the assailant was able to walk straight through the unlocked gate to go ahead and get to his victims.
Oh my gosh, and now this poor family is going through the legal side of this, which I can imagine just adds to the devastation for that poor family.
They're being really amazing, though. I mean, they really do want to make change. They really do want to make sure this doesn't happen again. And unfortunately, sometimes this is the only way to ensure that.
Yeah, all right. Well, we are certainly glad to have your expertise. Thank you so much, Dan, for all of that. And again, Rio and Caraway, always breaking down the latest in all of our legal cases, specifically the ones that we have here locally. It's really important to get that perspective. Thank you so much.
Thank you. you.
All right, back over to you guys.